4 ways the left uses Hollywood to push its agenda. Hollywood flies further left every year, and you don't have to sit through a lame awards show to see it. Hollywood pushes its propaganda in many obvious ways. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Obamas are depicted as saints fighting oppression, while Trump and George W. Bush are painted as evil or foolish. Now, those films are at least overt about their politics. But Hollywood can be, and often is, much more subtle. Here are 4 ways Hollywood tries to indoctrinate us in sneakier ways. Number 1. Climate porn. In the past, doomsday flicks were all about stopping bad guys with big bombs. Now, doomsday movies are all about one issue: climate change. The trend is featured in cartoons like The Lorax and Avatar, and action films like Snowpiercer. While climate change may never be mentioned by name in these films, doomsday predictions about the issue set the backdrop for each film. Number 2. Anti-capitalism. Despite the fact that Hollywood stars and studio execs are themselves big-time capitalists who make millions, they profess to hate capitalism. And the newest studio owners also made their money in the capitalist system. Jeffrey Skoll, a billionaire who made his cash alongside left-wing funder extraordinaire Piero Midyar at eBay, built his own left-wing film studio because he thought Hollywood wasn't liberal enough. His mission is to produce blockbusters featuring the latest left-wing political or social message while also investing in lefty causes like, you guessed it, fighting climate change. Films often depict financial success as morally wrong and wealth as inherently evil. Corporations and businessmen are depicted as heartless and destructive. Meanwhile, socialists are painted as good guys and heroes fighting against evil. Number 3. Communist Chinese propaganda. Hollywood is happy to loudly bash America's flaws, but when it comes to China, they are silent as the grave. That's likely because Communist Party censors would never allow their films to air if they caught wind of criticism. In fact, Hollywood self-censors to appease China. They'll change jackets in Top Gun, remove scenes from Pixels, and replace all Chinese flags with North Korea's in films like Red Dawn, all to appease the Communist Chinese government. Sometimes they even turn China into America's savior, as they did in The Martian, when the Chinese space agency heroically helped the failing Americans. Number 4. Blacklists. Some of Hollywood's leftist slant begins before the cameras even start rolling. Actors with conservative politics are often excluded from big roles. If they manage to get cast for a film, they may be ousted mid-production when their views become broadly known. We'll never know how many great projects never got off the ground because the principal writers, producers, directors, or players may have had a soft spot for conservatism. Not all of Hollywood's biases are this obvious. So the next time you see a film where climate change destroys the planet or a businessman is depicted as evil, question if there is an agenda behind the screenplay, and if you agree with it.